Critter Protectors, Mr. Jim here, and welcome to Kids Animal Stories, a place where there's always a mystery and adventure around every single corner. If you love critters of all shapes and sizes, I need you on our Critter Protector team. Join our adventure as we learn about critters from around the world and in our backyards. Well, my friends, are you ready for today's adventure? Me too, let's go!
On the last episode, we saw that Winnie's song was special because she is a musician wren. Musician wrens are known for their beautiful and complex songs they use to communicate with other birds. In fact, Winnie's song was so beautiful that it could be heard all throughout the forest. Thank goodness, too, because Winnie needed to warn the forest animals. There was talk of a big wind or, even worse, a storm headed right for them. As Winnie finished her warning song, the entire forest floor was now covered in animals. They were all looking to her with wide eyes and listening ears. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Go ahead, Winnie. They're listening. Ooh, ooh. Her friend Van, the vermit monkey, encouraged her to start talking. He nudged her wing a little bit, and she scooted towards the edge of her branch. Winnie peered down and took a big gulp. She felt pretty nervous with so many animals staring up at her.
Here goes nothing,
she whispered to herself.
Thank you all for coming. I have a warning for you all. There's talk of a big wind, or worse, headed our way. We need to be ready to face this storm.
The animals gasped and turned to each other to chatter. They all sounded nervous. Ooh, ooh, if we can all be prepared, we can brace ourselves for the worst. Van picked up where Winnie had left off. He tried to sound upbeat because he could tell everyone was becoming very worried. What will we do? Shouted one of the deers down below. How will we even prepare for something like this? Another family of animals shouted from the tree next to Winnie.
Everyone needs to head back to their homes. Reinforce your nests, gather more food than usual, and stay together. If we're ready for the wind, we will be okay.
Winnie shouted and tried to sound encouraging.
After the wind, I'll sing a song again and we can all come back together. Everyone help each other and we will be okay.
The forest animals all turned and headed back towards their homes. There wasn't much time if Van was right, and nobody wanted to waste even a second getting their homes and their families ready. The next morning, right at daybreak, a terrible storm hit the forest. The winds were so strong that they knocked over many of the trees. Winnie hid in her nest and tried her best not to panic. She worried about her forest friends below the trees, and she hoped her warning had given them enough time to prepare and stay safe. By night, the wind had died down, and the rain was only a trickle. The leaves were soaking wet all around Winnie's nest, and she hoped the worst was behind her. She slept very restlessly all night long and worried about the damage she would find the next day. To her surprise, she woke up to sunshine. The leaves dripped and the wet branches hung low, but the beams of light from the sun made everything look a bit more hopeful.
Well, whew, I made it. Now I need to do my next job,
Winnie said to herself. She flew back towards the forest edge where she had warned all her friends. Van and many other animals were already gathered there.
Are you okay?
Yes, we made it just fine.
We had a hard night, but all seems to be okay by us.
Winnie listened to the different animals talking to each other below, and then she began to sing. She sang and sang until it seemed all eyes were on her yet again.
Friends and fellow critters, we made it through one of the worst storms this area has ever seen. Now we must work together, and we will be able to bring this forest back to what it used to be.
The animals started clearing the branches and rebuilt the nests, fixed the dens, and even saved a family of birds that were stuck underneath a fallen tree. Winnie was proud of her community and proud of her friend Van. If he hadn't startled her in the first place with the news of the storm coming, who knows how many more animals could have been hurt. That night, as the sun set high above Winnie's nest, she yawned and was thankful and sang a song goodnight to all of her friends. She was thankful for music and all the different songs that she could sing. Thanks for listening to the story of Winnie the Musician's Rest, the tiny hero with a big voice. The end. Hey friends, I need your help celebrating a birthday. Drum roll, please. Happy birthday, Adya, who's turning 6 years old. Adya loves to dance. She can listen to stories the whole day long. Wow, and she's been building Lego structures since she was only 3 years old. Wow, Adya, I'm so glad that we got to celebrate you and your big day on the show. Happy 6th birthday! Well, friends, I hope you all have a super duper day, and I'll see you on our next adventure. Bye!